Good evening. First of all, let me say at the outset that being a past president is much better than being president. So, Howard, you have something to look forward to. Harvey and I moved to Ridgewood in 1973, and immediately we joined the synagogue. In those days, I always did what my grandfather told me to do. My career as a Temple Israel officer began in 1987. I was buying eggs in Kilroy's Market in Glen Rock and bumped into Eileen Steinberg, who was the current president. She noticed that I was very good at counting the number of eggs I was buying, and so she asked me to become the financial secretary. I eventually moved up to vice president and was happily ensconced there. I had no intentions of moving up to the presidency, but as they say, the best laid plans. And so I literally woke up 30 years ago in January of 1991 and found myself president when the current president resigned. I served for 4.5 years until June of 1995. One of the biggest changes during my tenure was the revamping of the religious school program and transitioning from a 3-day school to a 2-day school. My service as president alongside Rabbi Noam Marins was truly the journey of a lifetime and such an honor. Harvey and I made so many lifelong friends, and speaking of Harvey, I want to thank my first gentleman for all his support. Two more things. First, I am currently serving as the financial secretary right now, and so I'm back to where it all began. And finally, as I look at this group of past presidents, I congratulate you all, including Howard, our current president. But as I look over the entire list of past presidents, I noticed there were only 4 women. And clearly, the 4 women were the best presidents of Temple Israel. And so I say to the women of Temple Israel, it's time to move on up and take over. Thank you. Good night.